Isn't it fascinating how the mind, your mind, can begin to shift so easily, so naturally, as if something deep inside already knew it was time to let go, time to step into something new. Because haven't you spent long enough holding yourself back, long enough living by rules that were never truly yours, long enough comparing, controlling, doubting, suppressing? And as you think about that now, it doesn't seem obvious. Those old beliefs, those ones that told you to shrink in the presence of others, to feel inferior or superior, to constantly measure yourself against the impossible, they were never real. Because when you stop and really think about it, who decided that older means wiser, that taller meant more powerful, that success meant superiority? What if none of that was true? What if the only thing that made them seem bigger was your belief that they were? And the moment you stop believing it, the illusion fades. Because isn't it funny how the moment you stop comparing, the moment you stop competing, it's the moment you actually start living. And what happens when you live fully? When you engage completely? When you stop holding yourself back, stop doubting, stop overthinking? Because when you truly see people, not through the lens of judgment, but through the lens of understanding, everything changes. And what if, just for a moment, you imagined what it would feel like to be completely free from those old rules? To no longer feel the need to prove yourself, to no longer feel the weight of comparison, to no longer shrink, and instead to just be. Fully, unapologetically, powerfully you. Because haven't you always been enough? Haven't you always been worthy? And if you've always been worthy, what's stopping you from stepping into it now? Because as you start to realise this deep down, something clicks into place. And the more it clicks, the more you feel it settling, locking in, transforming, the way you see, the way you think, the way you feel. Because people, they don't remember what you say. They remember how you make them feel. And now, knowing this, you begin to wonder, how will you make people feel? Because when you shift your energy, the world shifts with you. And the stronger you hold your truth, the stronger it becomes. And isn't that the real power? To own your reality so fully, so completely, that others begin to feel it too. And now, as this realization settles, as it locks in deeper and deeper into the unconscious, you might find yourself smiling because something inside you already knows it's time to let go, to accept, to connect, to grow, to truly live. Isn't that exciting? How a single thought, a single belief, a single moment in time can shape the way you see yourself. How a single phrase, maybe something someone said in passing, something that wasn't even meant to be taken seriously, can plant itself in your mind. A seed that grew into something bigger, something that took hold, something that became a part of you, even though it was never really yours to begin with. Yet when you stop for just a moment, when you take a breath and step back, something becomes clear. What if that belief was never true? What if it was never about being strong enough, or tough enough, or grown up enough? What if the idea that emotions make you weak is just an illusion? Because when you think about it, who told you that emotions were a weakness? Isn't it funny how the strongest people in the world, the most confident, the most powerful, the ones who hold the most influence, they're the ones who own their emotions completely. The ones who feel fully, who express openly, who connect deeply. When you think about it like that, it doesn't make you wonder. Who are you when you stop pretending? Who are you when you let go of the need to prove something? Who are you when you stop running from yourself? Haven't you already played that game long enough? Haven't you already spent enough time trying to man up, trying to be tough, trying to be unshakable, and yet the more you tried, the more you felt out of control. Because control was never the answer. And now as you realise that, something begins to shift. Because what if letting go doesn't make you weaker? What if it actually makes you stronger? Because when you let go, when you stop suppressing, when you stop fighting yourself, something amazing happens. You step into your true power. The power that comes from being fully present, fully aware, fully you. Isn't that interesting? Because now as you think about it, doesn't it feel different? Doesn't it feel lighter? Like the weight of those old beliefs, the weight of those old rules, the weight of that unnecessary struggle, it's already starting to lift. Because you don't need to prove anything to anyone, not anymore. Because people, they don't remember what you say, they remember how you make them feel. And now knowing this, how do you want to make people feel? Because the moment you realise that, you set the tone. You control the frame. You define your reality. You become unshakable. Not because you're forcing it. Not because you're trying to be something you're not. But because you're finally stepping into who you've always been meant to be. Isn't that exciting?